Hey everyone, welcome to What the Flick, Fear the Walking Dead, episode 304, 100. Tim, Alonso. This is our catching up with Daniel episode.
Yeah, what's that guy been up to? We saw him almost burned alive.
I know.
That was a damn.
That was a shocker. So we get to loop back again, you know, because God forbid we move in a straight line on this show, and kind of get caught up with his stuff and how he came to cross paths with Dante and later Strand. So yeah, he saw some shits and
no explanation of how he got out of the fire. He was just out of the fire.
Yeah, not really. They sort of write their way around that one. And
he wanders through the desert in Tijuana and then gets discovered by a band of water thieves.
Yes, by Efren, the fifth Beatle, who takes care of him and for his troubles, then later gets turned in by Daniel when he goes to work for Dante. But to be fair, I think he was doing that to keep Dante from discovering the water fountain.
Right.
And so it's like if Efren had to be the sacrificial lamb in that, oh well, what are you gonna do? Now, again, I always get busted about what I don't remember that we've been told on this show. Were there merely intimations that Daniel was like an El Salvador Death Squad guy, or did we already know this before this episode?
So we knew he was a Death Squad guy.
Okay.
We had seen flashbacks of him younger, sort of brought into the fold of that. We knew that he had PTSD about what he had to do in El Salvador.
Right.
He never told Ofelia, but he did tell his wife.
That's right.
His wife knew that he was a monster in person's clothing.
Oh, the 1980s when we were backing the Nicaraguan government against the Sandinistas and backing the El Salvador rebels against the El Salvador government. It was what a time to be alive. So all right, yeah. So his special talents get him put to work in Dante's organization.
Enforcer, torturer.
Yes, general badass, and like he's got the wire clamps and all the horrifying shit. That was gruesome. That whole torture scene was tough to watch. He talks to Strand. Strand tries to convince him that Ofelia is still alive in the hotel, and
not his best lie.
No.
We've seen him do better.
He had some tells, but obviously he's frantic right now. And then again, I went online like, where is Ofelia anyway? And I was reminded she had the whole thing where she steals the truck, she crosses the border, the guy says, welcome to America. Apparently the guy who says welcome to America is one of the Ottos.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That I didn't realize.
We have not seen the last of Senorita Ofelia. Also, I was reading that there's some conjecture on the part of some that the Ottos are actually white supremacists.
Interesting.
Which does not seem like a big stretch in the world of militias and whatnot. But yeah, like that would explain why Madison and Alicia were getting much better treatment than Lucy. Say Lucy and Travis. Who can say?
The internet could be right about that. I don't
That's
know.
true.
We haven't seen proof yet.
Yeah, we could be Westworlding the shit out of this, or they could be totally wrong. Who knows? Anything else major this week? I mean, it was really mainly just kind of getting us caught up on Daniel and. I mean, obviously he does the right thing at the end. I
mean, he sort of does the right thing. He does watch the janitor get pushed over before he makes his move. He could have made his move just slightly earlier.
Okay, true. I mean, the right move at this point is a gray area, but he gets rid of Dante.
Television shows have to show you what happens. They have to show some no-name character get shot, or pushed off the cliff,
the red shirt,
or drown in the water, so that you understand the stakes.
Yes, they're not bluffing.
But we've already seen someone get tossed off the dam.
True, but it was such a great stunt. They didn't want to do it just once. We have the dam for a week. We have to throw more people off of it.
Do you remember a specific instance why Daniel Salazar would hate Victor Strand so much? Because he was like, you would say anything to get out of here, but like, we were sort of friends for a while. I was on your boat, you saved my life, you saved Ophelia's life, and now I'm gonna let you rot in prison.
Well, I mean, he's the one that led them back to that house where he wound up stuck in the basement with all the walkers, and so maybe he still blames him for that, or he just knows in general this is a guy who is not to be trusted in a situation where you do need to rely on him for something. So it may not be that he necessarily has beef with him, but it's like in that moment where he's saying, oh yeah, she's alive, I'll take you to her. It's like, yeah, you're Strand. I can tell you're lying because your lips are moving.
And I guess he doesn't hate him that much because he could have picked him first.
Absolutely,
to go over the dam.
yes, no question.
I mean, fan favorite.
Yeah, no,
he's not going anywhere.
He's too high on the call sheet. He's not budging. So that's kind of where we are. This was a the show is always about like, how do we get the band back together, you know? So at some point, clearly now, Strand and Daniel are gonna have to make their way to the Otto Pavilion. Maybe Ophelia's already there.
The only thing it likes more than getting everybody back together is splitting them up.
Oh, well, yeah, that can't last once it happens, heaven
Get
forbid.
in the truck, no, I'm gonna get in the helicopter. I'll see you there, what could happen?
I'm in the van, you're gonna walk. Yeah, no, that's.
No, Mom, this is my life now. You don't understand me. I'm about the dead people. So
I'm gonna be covered in viscera and walking through the desert because that's just how I roll. You don't understand with your bougie values. So yeah, no, we'll bring them all together so that they can then disperse them because that's how they do this show. But you know, I mean, on like The Walking Dead Prime, it's all about like having 80 characters at a time, right? Is that the difference? I
mean, yeah, they have a much bigger cast, so this is more condensed, I suppose. I appreciate it. I would have called plot armor, but then last week was Travis. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, true. But you're right. I mean, it is a pretty. We lost one. I mean, we're down to like, I mean, really of our core group, what? 5 people are left? Alicia and
5 and Ofelia 6.
Oh right, yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, and Lucy if she lives, you know.
Yeah.
So 7. Okay, that's very small. So all right, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we got it all right this week. See you next time.